friends. Let me turn it around. How y'all doing? Oh, I want to first say thank you. Let me turn the camera a little bit. Thank you to all my recent Mug Club member purchases. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are helping to keep this thing going. You're helping to make content for other people that maybe can't afford it, and I really do appreciate you. Just a little late starting this morning. We got up real early. Well, it was daylight. Got underway. We left at Fusky Island yesterday, or excuse me, earlier this morning, and worked our way across the Calabogie Sound, and now we're anchored. Hilton Head Island's behind us. We're actually not going to stay right where we are because of there's a big old boat flying in right now. We're not going to stay exactly where we are. There's a little anchorage probably a mile from here. We're waiting for this marina to open right here. So let me see if let me get up YouTube, see if we're live here. Yep, there we go. Turn the volume down. Trying to get my live feed up so I can see y'all's questions, but it ain't coming up for some reason. Let's see. See if it'll come up over on here. It's easier to see here or on the computer, so I'm not all up in your face scrolling, looking at your questions. It's easier to see here or on the computer, so I'm not all up in your face scrolling. It's working. I don't know why this one's not. Huh. Well, I can see the comments, but I can't see the playback, so I don't need to see myself, so that's good. Let's see here. Clyde Bishop, good morning. Kayak 7 Seas, good morning. Happy Friday. Exactly. I'm sure for a lot of y'all, this is a big holiday weekend. We're just trying to get on the anchor, and you know, this is when a lot of the boats come out. Traffic gets crazy. So we're looking for a cool, chill out, relaxing weekend on the boats while everybody's out playing and having a good time. Loretti, good morning, Captain. Permission to come aboard. Do so, sir. Do so. Charles Peck, good morning from Charlotte Harbor, Florida. Yep, what's happening? I tell you, some of these tides over here on the East Coast, boy, we'd be missing the West Coast side. It just reminds you. Big old fishing boat coming in. Fortunately, he slowed down. It just reminds you how nice we have it on the West Coast, guys. We got it. It's a breeze boating over there compared to some of these. You know, and I've been down through here a few times, but it just always, you forget how crazy these tides are and how the water moves. Very windy compared to the west side and whatever. But let's see. Mike Caldwell, good morning, sir. Buck Rogers, morning from Indiana. David, South Texas. Black Sheep, Orlando, what's happening? Jacksonville, Jax Roman. Good morning. Probably killed that last one, didn't I? David, hit the like button, folks. Woo, like that, David. Let me show y'all real quick, do it quick. Let's show you what I got going on here. I gotta be watching this too. Woo! Tried to turn on me. Who says you can't cook biscuits on the grill? Hot, hot. I got the biscuits going. Get a little breakfast here. Usually the biscuits, I usually eat about 2 of them, and then I'll warm them up. Y'all a little crooked. And then I warm them up. Later on, still cooking for some reason. Oh well, just have to roll with it. Let's see, David. Oh, I already said that. Hey, Jules. Good morning. Good morning. Adventures of ours. Coffee in the morning. Start of a cold, rainy 4-day weekend for me up in New York. Ah, dang it. You're in y'all's boating season. Such limited season. That sucks. It's kind of dark, too. Let's see. I'll turn this thing. It's probably because of that sun's behind me. Yep. Let's see if that helps. A little bit. Oh well, you can see the marina back there. I'll do a walk around here in a little bit. Joel Bennett, Captain Mike, I finally caught you live. Good morning, and thank you, sir, for your mug purchase. I appreciate it, buddy. That helps out a lot. That's how I pretty much fund this trip, and it's expensive. And the mug you got, and the reason this mug's actually a little different, is your mug should say "Good times is the state of mind," and the whole idea behind that is in the mornings, and it's facing you. It should be facing you if you're right-handed. If you're wrong-handed, you're going to turn the mug around. But the whole idea there is to remind you that good times is a state of mind. You really can be, no matter where you are, what you're doing, it's all in your mind. You just got to really take in what you're doing and enjoy it. And I got to tell you today, just crossing this sound, if you look on the maps, called the Calabogie Sound, and from Defusky Island, a lot of weird names up here. You need to do a little research, figure out where they come from, but just a beautiful morning. It's just absolutely gorgeous. That's having that state of mind. Good times is a state of mind. Good morning from Florida City. Lewisdale, I guess. Lewisdale. Wire slinger. You shouldn't be drinking all that soda. It's poison. Well, you gotta, some will say that about coffee, so I guess you gotta pick your poison. That's my poison. Let's see. Need some sausage gravy. Man, hey Jules, I was just thinking that. I don't think I have any. And I buy these little, the small biscuit deals, where there's only like 6, I guess, or 5. And I don't know how I keep forgetting to get gravy for it. Unbelievable. You know us South people, we gotta have some biscuits and gravy. I'm gonna put that on my list. Next stop. Randy Holly, good morning from Houston, Texas. Taking the boat out this weekend. Good for you, sir. Get on out there and do the dash. It's got a new sayings coming, y'all. I'll be making a video here real soon, next week or so. You'll understand what I'm talking about when I say do the dash. Kayak 7 Seas, thank you so much. Anybody's interested in purchasing a mug, he's got a list right there. You can just click on that and go right to it. David, what happened to your last video? Did the battery die? Yes. Yep. And the thing is, that phone, I bought this phone just for lives. That way, because when you're using your phone all day and then a live comes and I ain't got time to charge it, whatever. And that phone stays charged. It's on my solar panels. It's charging all the time. I don't know what happened, but yes, I was talking to myself there for I don't know how long. Y'all were already knocked off, and then I realized it because I had it behind me so y'all could see, and it fell off. Safe travels, Terry Washington from Daytona Beach. Thank you, sir. Todd, what's happening, buddy? Good morning from Savannah. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. You too. You too, buddy. Trampster, good morning from Southwest UK. Wow, you caught one. Hope all is good with you and Marty. Just dropped in to say hi. Yes, sir. Everything's good. He's anchored right behind me, waiting for that marina to open. I had to get a part. Y'all know I've been having problems with my little Mercury outboard, and I had to get a part yesterday. And where I'd ordered the part, there was this Marine Max in Thunderbolt. And there was a dock or a marina there, and I needed water. Something happened, something's leaking somewhere slowly, and I ran out of water. Didn't realize it. Oh, I smell some biscuits. Anyways, I stopped and I had to get a little fuel because if you're going to go to a dock, they kind of expect you to buy something. Let me see here. Biscuits are closed. Let me turn this around. Ooh, look at there. Got another. More close. So I got a few gallons of fuel, which y'all, we don't normally fuel at a marina, or we try not to. And so he's gonna have to get a little bit there until we'll probably fuel next Tuesday, if not before. We will be in Beaufort. And that thing looks crooked. Oop. See a little shaking going on there. Let's see. Dave says, so hello from California, taking the boat north for the long weekend. Good deal. What part are you in? Like where are you going out of? Are you going out up the coast? Good morning from Nashville. Surf Pile. Jay Hen, good morning, Captain Mike. Thank you. Good morning to you. Low Ready. Hey, Mike, when I asked you last week about your fuel burn, you said it was poor and your girl had a dirty bottom. Did you get her cleaned up? Yes, I did. And man, I have got it. I did get some pictures of it. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I caught it on video, but so a lot of people still don't, even the locals didn't know exactly what they were. But anyways, the bottom, when I kid you not, when I say it had a scum, it just would remind you of mud, like a mud, right? And when you wipe it off, I mean, I got a scraper, but you didn't have to use a scraper. You could just wipe it off. It was just like mud. So I'm down there on the bottom, and it's in a dark. You can't see that far. I put my mask right up under. I was under the boat at one point, checking to see if my water intake was clogged, and I was right up on it before I could see it. That's how the river there was pretty dirty. Missing the West Coast with all them clean waters where you can just jump in there and see the bottom. So anyways, so I'm cleaning the bottom of the boat, and when I get out, I got all that stuff all over me, like it's caked on me, and it's not coming off real easy. And I'm like, what the crap? And then when you stop and study it, it's little, from what I can tell now, little shrimp. I'm talking tiny shrimp, like this big shrimp. But they must have some claws if you look at them under a microscope, because they were hanging on. And they were everywhere. I'm telling you, I was covered in them. It's crazy. It's a little creepy. I'm sure a lot of people, it would have freaked them out. But I never seen that before. That was very interesting. And so the reason I think they shrimp, I asked some people thought they were worms, but I went online and I searched. I couldn't find a picture of them anywhere with any kind of marine worm. So then just a couple of days ago, while we were, I went to an aquarium, did a tour there, got it all on video. You'll see it, did some interviews. And the lady there, they're super knowledgeable people. They take you out on a boat. I went out with a little shrimp boat. We done some shrimping, and then they study everything that they're finding, and then they feed some of their fish in the aquarium. Just a really cool operation. But anyways, she said she thought they were shrimp. So I have not had a chance to look that up, but I'm gonna look on the computer and see if that's what it is. But it was crazy. It was probably because it was moving. When you notice that whole everything on you was just working, and it was, so you can imagine. I cleaned my ears real well, different holes. I won't go into detail, just being sure. But yes, I did clean her bottom, and I also changed spark plugs on the port engine, and she definitely seems to be doing well, doing a lot better. I don't know if I told y'all I had yesterday. I've been having my starboard engine was running a little warm. It's only running like 160, maybe 180, but that's much warmer than it normally runs. So earlier in the week, I took it apart. Hang on, The biscuits are probably done. We'll do another walk around while we're out here. I took it apart and I changed the impeller, which is usually an indication when you're heating up like that. Look at them biscuits. Woo-hoo. That's what I'm talking about. Turn them babies over. Kind of give you a little tour around here while I'm outside. So I changed out that impeller, and it didn't really help. And it's a good thing I did, because the housing of the pump, it was disintegrating. It's an old aluminum, the housing part, which normally you just change the impeller or the plastic part. So I ordered a new pump and put that on yesterday. So now that engine's running super cool, back like it used to be. And then I noticed, this is crazy stuff about being on the water and motors. Then I noticed my port engine's running a little warm, not hot, but just a little warmer than it normally runs. I'm like, what is up with that? Crazy. But I don't think it's anything. That's a high dollar pump. When that one went bad, I paid. That pump's about $500, so it's a good pump. So, anyways, yes, I've cleaned it. Should be getting better fuel burn. I'll let you know as time goes on. Good morning from Delaware, Michael Irwin. David, that's funny, Mike. Thanks for answering my question. Absolutely. Surf Pile, my wife keeps talking long after I have left. David, your message got retracted. I'm not sure why. Kleckler, good morning from Surf City, North Carolina. Be working up y'all's way. We're in South Carolina. I don't know if I told you. If I didn't say, Hilton Head's in South Carolina. So we're actually a little ahead of schedule, because it's still May and we're in South Carolina. And we're going to stay just a couple, 3 days. We got a good fishing thing coming up. When we get in Beaufort, we got some kayakers, some locals, couple little YouTube channels, and we're going to do some fishing together. All that'll be videoed. And I'll do some actual lives from it, because I know it'll take a long time by the time I can get the videos done. But that's coming next week. Let's see. Adventures of Happy Hours. Tommy, bunch of loopers stuck at our marina. Lock 17 is not working, and they closed the lock to loopers until it's fixed. Oh, that sucks. Hope they get that fixed. This is the worst time of year for that to happen. Wow. Todd, skeleton shrimp. There you go. Thank you. So Todd was our captain. He reached out to me and offered to come over there and do a tour and go out on the boat. He holds a master's captain's license. You'll see him in the video, but I couldn't remember the name of those shrimp, but they are skeleton shrimp. Look them up. And some of them can be that long, so half of an inch long, but most of them are tiny. Thank you, Todd. I couldn't remember the name of them. Hey, Jules, y'all have to roll around in the cocktail sauce to get them off, I guess. Dang it. Now that I know they shrimp, I could have been just pulling them off, throw them in the pan. But a little creepy looking, though, to be all over you like that. Josie Wells, how many miles do you guys plan to make today? Not so many. Where we are going to be for a couple, 3 days. Because, with us, it ain't about miles. We're not trying to make a lot of miles. We're trying to see. Although things could change, but like notice where we're rocking right now. ICW is right in front of me. There's looks like a nice anchorage right behind me. But I can tell you from the experience, you get to an anchor, you get anchored up, and you're like, man, this ain't what we thought it was. For instance, on Google Earth, right there was supposed to have been a sandy beach, and you can't see it. It must have been taken at a real low tide. So those are things you just got to roll with it. But I mean, if it ends up not being good, we'll push on up to Beaufort. But for South Carolina, Beaufort's a stop, and then the next stop's Charleston. Probably stay there a couple of days, and then if you look on a map, Once you go out of Charleston, it gets really straight for all the way to North Carolina. Not even a lot of good anchorages. So that we're going to be pretty much hammering down every day, probably no breaks to get through that. So that's kind of what the schedule is. But it looks like we'll be in North Carolina ahead of schedule, which for those that are new to the channel, we're doing each state a month. But we've decided to step that up a little bit so that we have a little more time in New York. And Tommy, we were just talking, and I'm sure you can answer the question, but what month do we haul out up in New York? Like, what's usually the deadline? Just in general, what's the deadline? Tommy, answer it, and then I'll tell you. Let's see, Clyde Bishop. Marty noticed the same thing when he cleaned the bottom of his boat in one of his videos, tiny shrimp all over his wetsuit. I don't remember that, and that may have been that may have been worms. I don't know. Could have been. I'm just saying. I've had them before, but those were worms, different than what is over on the East Coast. On the West Coast, I've had them too, get all over you, but they come off a lot easier. These shrimp have little claws, man, and they, like some of them you couldn't wipe off, even spraying with the water, real powerful. As a matter of fact, a bunch of them died because you couldn't get them off the shirt, and I let them hang out there and dry, and then they would come off, after they were dead. Glad you're good. Thank you, Michael Irvin. Good to go now. Yes, sir. Chris Turner. Good morning, bud. What's happening? How'd you do on that cook-off you did there in Georgia? Good morning from Arizona. Triple digits today. Whew. Sorry to hear that for you. That sucks. Isaac, did a boat pass or is it rough weather? A boat pass. We're right on the ICW. I'll show you in a minute whenever I do a walk around. I'll show you what we're talking about. And we should be able to definitely do a live at 5 tomorrow. We should be chilled out and on a good anchor. And we'll do a live at 5 and do a little bit longer. I just want to touch base with y'all this morning, let you know where we're at. Because here in just a minute, the marina's going to open. Marty's going to run over and catch some fuel. And then we're going to go re-anchor in another spot. Yeah, because you don't like this rolling. The good thing about usually if you're near the ICW at night, you're only going to have 1 or 2 boats go by. So whereas obviously this is Friday, holiday weekend, we're already seeing a bunch of boaters out. It'll be twice as bad come tomorrow. Rafael Morales, good morning from Arizona, triple digits. Yep, wow. I already said that. Eric, the second book was excellent. I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure which one I like better. Well, good, Eric. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much for supporting me and purchasing those. Y'all heard it. The man said, go on go on Amazon, and my new book is Fire Below. I'm getting all the same reviews. A buddy of mine, we used to work at the fire department. He called me the other day and said, he said, man, I love that book. Talking about Fire Below, the second book. He said, I don't read. He said, I never read books. And he said he blew through it in 2 days. So, I think it's that good too. So if you want another way to support, go on by Fire Below and check it out. Let me know what you think on here. That'd be cool. Mark Warner, good time morning news. Yes, sir. Josie Wells, did you get to Paris Island yet? Because them fools can't shoot. I can't remember if we're right here at it or we passed it. Ask me that on the next one. I'll tell you. I'll look it up. Let's see. Let's see. There was one here I missed. Eric from read in the book. He says you wouldn't know this although y'all gonna find out. Even my YouTubers, you'll see shortly. You should borrow some money from Tony Morgan. Yep, Tony Morgan is one of the characters in the book. He's an interesting fella. It's a great story, but y'all are going to actually learn about that. You'll see what I'm saying soon. Got a book club thing I'm starting. I'm working on the audio, and where we'll listen together. You'll be able to listen live on one of these. It'll be at a different time, probably in the evenings, and then you'll be able to ask questions. So my first book is already in audio version, and it's available on audio at audible.com. So if you're interested, check that out. Let's see. C2C says, great. Hey, Mike, it was great to follow you through Hell's Gate. If you call out the boys as you pass them, I can see where you are. Thanks. All right, buddy. I'll try to remember that. Very good point. Never thought of that. Good. Thanks for saying that. I'll try to remember that. If you don't hear me saying that, maybe mention again, whatever. But I will try to start doing that for you. I was in Tarpon Springs, Florida last weekend fishing, beaching out on Anclote Key. Beautiful place. Home in Illinois is 45 degrees. Why do I still live here? Bro, I say it all the time. I don't know why. You know what's ideal, though? Let me tell you what's ideal. It gets African hot down in the end of summer in Florida. So hot you don't want to be there. So the ideal thing is just like everybody else, is head north into summer and then be back down in winter the majority of the year. Bro, that's the way to do it. I've been watching these snowbirds do it for years, and that's what I'll be doing. So that's the best way. But yeah, for boaters, man, not living in Florida, and when you get on the West Coast and see what I'm talking about, it's so much easier boating. It's just like, oh my gosh, unbelievable. Chris Turner did pretty good. 3rd in chicken, 8th in ribs, and 10th in pork out of about 20 teams. Very good. That video that's coming next, Chris, you'll be in that one. Stay tuned. Chris is a guy we met, become a friend. He did some cooking for us at our last meetup, and that's what's going to be in the video. The first section, like I'm doing, and y'all will meet Chris. Let's see. Tommy Adventures of Happy Hours, and Tommy's a good resource for boating in the New York area, guys. He has a channel. Check him out. He's made videos for us particular, and we rely on him for information. And he's actually moving to Florida someday soon. Haul out deadline is around October on Upper Hudson near New York City. You may have a little more flexibilities. Marinas don't pull docks out of the water. Okay, so let me ask you one more thing about that, because to nail that down, is it weather driven, or is there a date usually in October? So in other words, is it 1st of October, mid, or last? I would guess mid-October. You can keep your boat year-round in some marinas. I think because we'll be going back to Florida during the winter to leave the boats, I think I'd rather have mine hauled out. I don't know. I guess, I haven't really thought about that too much, but chance of it sinking, not seeing it for a few months, I think I probably would rather have it hauled out. Look at there, Kayak 7 Seas just threw up. If you're interested in the book, there's a link right there. Thank you very much, buddy. Kayak 7 Seas is also, he's a moderator on the channel. And Tommy, if you're interested, let me know in a chat, and I'll make you one as well. Then your name shows up as a link. But Kayak 7 Seas has a YouTube channel. He boats all over North Carolina in the rivers as well as in Florida. He's got a place in Florida, so y'all check him out. He helps me out on stuff like this right here. And so y'all show him some love. Go over and look at his channel. Subscribe. It always helps. Ooh, big old boat right there. Larry, just putting my second coat on the bottom of my 43-footer H2O soon, Houston, Texas. Good deal. Sounds good. I know you're excited about getting in the water. Mark, hello from Bay City, Michigan. Corner Ariel, moving morning cap sounds like good times and great adventures. Narrator did a great job on the first one. Going to do the second. Yes, he is going to do the second one. And yes, he did a fabulous job. Um, let's see. Low Ready, you burning your biscuits? No, thank you. I turned them off when we went up there a second ago. Thank you. Check out, look at that Kayak 7 Thieves, Kayak 7 Seas throwing out some love to Adventures of Happy Hours. Right there's the link. You can just click right on there and show him some love as well. Y'all like this. You'll like both of these channels. DA, you got a huge fella passing by behind you now. High dollar yacht. Yep. But see, he was real nice. He slowed down. He didn't push too much water. Tim Roberts. Tom's channel. Yep. Happy Hours. Yep. Yes, sir. Good channel. What's up, my brother? Stay strong. Keep ponytail spirits up. Will do, Rod. Will do. Let's see. Trampster. I did mention that I bought a Fire Below in one of the previous comments, but it took some finding on Amazon UK. Have been waiting for it for ages. Yeah, I knew that was you, Trampster, that purchased it. I saw it. And it's weird too. The money takes forever to come out. Which, just one book's not a ton, but I'm not saying you. It's just it's very slow process for some reason. If we got more of a following in the UK, they would print them faster and do them all. So, yeah. Friends afloat. Morning. From Freddie in Daytona. Yes, yep. Thank you for joining the Mud Club as well. Steve Whalen, love Florida in July and August. I would rather sweat my balls off than freeze them here in January. Yep, I hear you. I just think it's ideal to be really, the worst for me is August and September in Florida, because when you're in the water is in the 90s usually at that point. And it is no fun. The humidity will be super high, and it'll be oftentimes in the mid 90s. That's rough. Steve Whalen, love Florida. Oh, sorry. Tommy said again, no hard set date on the haul out deadlines. Okay, every marina is different. Depends on when the particular marina starts pulling docks. Okay, because Marty and I were just talking about that as far as our schedules. So that we're up there appropriate time. Let me ask you one more thing, Tommy. So from when you come into Hudson, how long does it take to get to the top of New York by water? Just generally speaking, how many miles is that? Marty thought it was really long. Just generally speaking, I think I didn't see a lot until almost the Erie Canal. And I don't think we would want to go above that because we're going out the Erie Canal. So what kind of ride? I would just think you're talking a couple 3 days, running 8, I would think, probably. Let's see. Youpers, chin hair getting smaller and smaller. Bro, that stuff drives me crazy. Yep, I'm slowly taking it out. But, yeah, it's down to this right here. But I tell you, I can't sleep with that. That's prickly. I ain't loving it. Never have. All right, guys, my biscuits are getting cold. Thanks for y'all hanging out. Thank you so much, all, for the Mud Club purchases. Ooh, there's a big one. He's on the wrong side of the channel. Let's walk out and do what this dude might run aground. I don't know. He's on the wrong side. Came right between two of us. I think he just figured it out. Yep, it needs to be on the other side. See that marker? So the ICW runs along there, and it runs around that curve. As y'all may or may not know, when you're in the ICW, or really any channels, the deepest part of the channels are always on the sweeping outside. And the reason for that is the water, when it rushes in and out, it's being forced to the outside, which then digs it deeper. And it's crazy sometimes when I say literally you could be 10 foot from the edge. I'm not exaggerating. That's true sometimes. So it's really a beautiful island. This is a separate island. I'm not sure the name of it yet. I'll have to do a little bit of research. But it looks like there's only just a couple of houses on that island. And then, of course, Hilton Head is an island. It's a regular island. And this is the marina at Hilton Head. People are moving on for the day. And then we are going to anchor just right back there. There's a little side chute there. Looks like that's going to be really nice. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. All right, so Tony said about 150 miles, New York Harbor to Albany before the locks. Okay, yep, so that's about, we could do that easy in a week or less. Obviously, could do it in less, but not the rate we like to go. I don't like to ride all day. That gets old, but so yeah, when we cut out of here, got a new saying, guys. You're gonna know what I'm talking about when I say talking about doing the dash. We'll be doing the dash. We're gonna ease up out of here, and then we're gonna make that corner up there. We'll be around that bend. I don't know what's around that bend, but I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a good time.